Black to the garden. Yeah. Spunk brown on the mound. Now mind your herbs like you mind your business. Black to the garden like it's eating. Can I get a witness? Growing hard and now we eating about that health and fitness. Health is wealth, work the land, producing natural riches. Urban gardens in my hood with spaces limited. Had game from ancestors, now we flipping it. Irregardless of our set sides and differences, we all eat and hunger is our common nemesis. So we drilling on the
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mind Your Herbs podcast. I'm your host Tim. With me, as always, is Big Strong Mighty Steel. How you doing today, Big Steel?
I'm doing good,
Let's
baby.
go! And we always have the beautiful Erica in the building. Miss Erica Plants. How you doing today, Erica?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? I'm doing well.
That's good news. That's well news. Wellness. So today we have a very interesting topic of H3O2. It's four letters and numbers. Now, what is that? Steel, can you tell me what that is?
Well, H3O2 is a structured water that's it's in our cells, and it was discovered by Gerald Pollack, but I didn't really start hearing about it until Yaki started talking about it, which made me interested. And when I started reading, but what it is it's structured water that's in our cells, and it's gel like, and which is so interesting because everybody think that we hydrate from water, which we do hydrate from water, but it's more to it than just that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's interesting. I didn't even realize that there was an actual structure outside of water that is water, still water.
Yeah,
it's the fourth phase of water. So you got your liquid, you have your vapors, you have your ice, but this one right here is crystalline because it's in between the two phases. And so to find that inside of the cells is amazing, especially at the percentage it is in each one of them.
Definitely.
That's crazy. You said there's a different percentage for it too, Erica?
Well, it's 80%. It's almost like 80% of your cell is made up of this type of water. And so like eating your life or eating your water is very important. Like, really.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like where can you find these different like water molecules? Could you say it's in your body, or the Yakeen and Dr. Pollack discovered this and all of that? But like, where can you actually find it in the body?
It's in it's what is called the exclusive zone, right? So it's like you got the exclusive zone, and then you got like the other cells, right? I'll try to explain to make it sense, but like you got in this exclusive zone is where these cells lie for the H3O2 that you get from fruits like watermelon, I think watercress. You got cucumbers. I think pretty much watery fruits and vegetables is what feed these cells, and is really what hydrates us. And another interesting thing about the H3O2, now it makes sense of why that rainwater is so good for our gardens. That makes so much sense now, because like it's structured water. That's why, like, like when a good rain comes, it's like the plants be like so juicy and hydrated. Like they be like, yeah, we need more of that. That's what we like. And it's crazy because like you would think that the water we getting from the well or from the city would be water, which it is watering because the plants are taking in the water, but it's not hydrating the plants like the H3O2 would.
Right.
So what specifically is in H3O2 that's like making the water like that much better, or like with the rainwater, what makes rainwater just that much better? Like what's in the rainwater that makes it better?
It's the shape of the cells and how it gets into the plants and the living things. So H3O2, kind of like H2O, is one hydrogen, two hydrogen and one oxygen molecule. This one right here is actually 3 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. And so in those ways, it changes the components, but it is a structured water and a hexagonal water, just like all these names, but that is how it does. So What have you learned about the H3O2, Tim, and what do you find interesting?
Got it. Well, one of the things that I found that is that's in the H3O2 that gives it the energy, or like gives plants and everything the energy from the rainwater, is electricity. And so that electricity, that thing that's actually energizing the water and the cells, that's what's causing you to be able to feel more hydrated and everything. And it breaks it down a lot slower than regular water, because regular water is a liquid. In the liquid form, it's going to take you, it's going to be in your system a lot quicker, and it's going to take a lot faster for you to get rid of it, or the waste or the excess. Just think about when you got to pee versus when you got to drop some negative energy.
Drop some kids at the pool.
Drop them bombs.
Bombs over Baghdad.
Yeah.
But what like the amount of time it takes for you to do that is a lot shorter when you drink water versus this. The thing I find interesting with this, though, is like, why do we have to why does there need to be an extra thing that needs to be chemically constructed when we can just eat more fruit and drink more water? You know, because there's more fruit. Like, if you drink or eat more cucumber and honeydew and things like that, you're going to be more hydrated. It's going to stay in your body longer and everything, better for your health. Why would we need to go get some of this easy water, you know, as they call it, and like it costs billions of dollars to make it and everything else? Why do we need to go after that now? You know, that was just something I found interesting. Like,
definitely. And drinking all the regular water, you think you're hydrating, you can be flooding your system, which then washes out things like the saline and all, unlike the H3O2 that does a completely different thing for our bodies and really nurtures us into cells inside out.
Yeah, they
right
a lot of people, you know, don't know, you know, like it, you know, H3O2 is more than just a structured water. It's phytochemicals in there and everything. It's like, you know, it's feeding the cells where they have the ability to fight off diseases and stuff like that. You know, because we living in a society where we so attached from nature. Like, we really are unattached from nature. Like, anything that's natural, like it's demonized in a way. And and like it like simple changes in the diet, adding H3O2, structured water, you know, just small changes can do so much for our diet. And a lot of people don't know, like we need the H3O2, the phytochemicals and all of that, because that's what keep us healthy and strong. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, the McDonald's and all that stuff, the fast food, is dead food. It's nutrient deficient. It has no H3O2 in it or none of that.
Definitely. And like you said, with all those nutrients and all the benefits of it, like, those are things that we all need, like, in a whole different level. When you're taking that processed food and you actually are decreasing or clogging up your system, if we got enough nutrients in our body in this manner and got more structural water and got back to the nutritional balance, especially with fresh, live, living foods, then our health could completely change. Like, this is a big major component in reversing your health. We thought it was just detoxing and all, and come to find out, you just got to eat fruits and vegetables like they've been saying all this time.
Yeah. And I think, like, with the with all that in mind, I also feel like the reason why we have to make the like, why they have to actually construct the H3O2 water and so forth, is because people, they won't just drink water and just eat fruits and things like that. It's like, for whatever reason, they feel like they have to get McDonald's, they have to get these processed foods. So it's like, well, we have to adapt to that type of trend too, you know?
Yes.
It's weird. Like, society is interesting.
It's maybe that it's weird. It's just that it's become an addiction. And so that's one of the things that we're doing by teaching and educating on this. Like, you can combat some of these addictions by just adding a few more fruits and vegetables into your system to make you feel a little bit better and motivate you to want to get up and walk, and make sure that you're not lethargic, and make sure that you are so balanced that you don't have those cravings for the things that you want, like carbs and sugars things that are addictive and turn back into sugars. Because that is exactly what the fruit juice is doing, but it's just the better, healthy sugar that happens when it goes into the H3O2 versus the regular water.
Yep.
It's true. You know, for the past like 14 days, I've been eating up with vegetables and fruits, and I've been drinking like a lot of, you know, structured water. And like I notice a difference in my body. Like I feel so good right now, and I have my moments where I still want the chicken. Like I want that lemon pepper, but I be like, if I put that in there, is it going to affect the way I feel? Like because like my energy level just been great for the past like 14 days. Like you know, and it's the change and the fruit stuff, the fruit diet, the 7-day fast, that stuff really works. Because when I tell you like my energy level is so good right now, like I feel amazing. Like I feel like I could pick up a boulder and toss it right now. And I've only literally been salads, veggie burgers, and drinking the juices. Like last week I made enough juice to last me through the week, and some days that's all I drank was that. Some days all I drank was the beet juice or the watermelon juice or the cucumber juice. Some days that's all I drank. And I feel good.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
I love that. I love hearing that. Just know the difference, period. It definitely matters. It definitely matters. And just like us, at the end of the day, what I break this all down to is people are so much connected to plants because they have the same H3O2 in their cells, which is why we're relying on them to give it to us as well. We're very connected in all these ways, and we just see them as something completely different, but it's the exact same thing going on. And the same things that would help them and the nutrients they need, we need to realize that this is a cycle and exchange. What you give out, you get back. So you put out so much energy, you eat so much, we put out waste, that gives them energy, and it's a cycle. And so it's very important in that cycle to understand that we need them just as much as they need us.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yep. And that's with literally everything. It's crazy. Like that's super dope.
You know, the original diet was already here. You know, it was already because you know if you follow the Bible, it even said in there, you know, the first diet was plants and seeds and vegetables. That was the original diet, you know, and that's what stopped us, you know, from getting sick. That's why people live, you know, without disease. Like when you look at when the American diet changed, you saw the rise in all types of diabetes, heart problems, and now, you know, it's at an all-time high.
Yeah, and what I deduced that too is back in the day we all grew our own food. Growing at a mass volume is not normal. On the assembly line, we've taken out all the feelings, the trust, and the belief for massive production on this level, and it's not beneficial to us because you can't do it the way you're supposed to when you go on that massive one. So now you got more chemicals and you got more processed foods and you got more inconvenience and people without these life skills. So it's very important that when we understand this, that it's very important that we also understand that we have to do our part and realize that just like our bodies acting like this is not normal and it's man-made. Same thing with this food system. Totally the same thing.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's one of the things I was noticing with the H3O2 and like the rainwater is finding out why you can't use, in some states you can't even use rainwater, and with them not being able to use the rainwater, it's like, why can they use it? And it's because it's all of the different toxins we've released into the atmosphere makes that rainwater like toxic now. And so because it's toxic now and you're putting it in an irrigation system to feed the plants and everything like that, you're literally killing yourself, not even realizing it. And I think I don't know, I think that's interesting that some of the reason, like some of the places won't even let you do that, you know, like from a I want to help you standpoint, but it also looks like I want to hurt you at the same time because you can't use the rainwater catchments. So eating foods and going and finding the H3O2 naturally, and things like that, drinking more water, etc. That's definitely going to be a lot more beneficial and what we need to really get back to.
Definitely. And there's ways to make your own at home without fruits and vegetables, y'all. So I definitely recommend you look into that.
Definitely. I
All
got
right.
mine.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, you can make it with the fruit, but you also have that inversion machine to create it as well. Um, I don't know the name of it right now. I can't think of it, but y'all look it up and let me know. Okay.
Word.
Definitely.
Teamwork make the dream work.
Definitely. Yeah. I think I want to go back to what you were saying, Eric, about how, everything is like mass produced. Like, when you look at nature is never in a rush. It take its time, it develop and all that. Like, because when you look at when we rushing a product, like you missing so much stuff by rushing a product. And that's with food, that's with vegetables, fruits, cannabis. Like they mass producing all this stuff and it's not quality stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And as a business person, when I learned one of the first things my family taught me in business was you can get it fast, you can get it cheap, or you can get it high quality. But at the end of the day, you can only get two. So do you want it fast and cheap and you're gonna compromise the quality? Or are you gonna get high quality and fast, but it's not gonna be cheap?
Cheap.
You
Yep.
know what I mean? It's gonna cost you way more, and so on and so forth. But you can only get two in any business that you are in: cheap, fast, quality. Those are the things, and you got to figure out your branding. And at this point, I feel like I'd rather have high quality and a decent speed and get some good quality. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
stuff. If that's what I have to do, I'm cool with that. It's going
Word.
to cost me a little bit more, even if I do it one way fast. But I lose at that. I
Mm-hmm.
lose, so it definitely matters.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that as well. I think a lot of times, with a lot of different companies and everything, they just want it just so fast.
Yeah.
Like looking at uh, the McDonald's business model when they originally started, they made the little conveyor belt to speed up the process, and then that process got even multiplied even faster, and they broke from the original process, and now the product is going down drastically, and now
Yes.
we're eating, like, all of these people are eating this.
Right. And it started with things like tractors and cotton gins, and then went into Henry Ford with his assembly line, which then evolved into the food, the McDonald's. When we got factories involved in food, we just went downhill from there. It's
Yep.
just what it is. And because we're mass producing and they were trying to keep it cheap and all, you ended up with all these foils and toxins. So that's why you need this H3O2, if nothing else, because you need to counteract the toxins, the pesticides, and everything else from this conventional growing that might be conventional, but to me is very unconventional and foreign, should be to us unnatural.
Mm-hmm.
Everything should be as natural as the H3O2 stuff that's so natural we didn't even know about it for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And realize that things like infrared actually plays a role into how it reflects and hits us.
Big facts.
Right.
So what do y'all think about that? The light and the experiment and how the infrared affects the cells.
I mean, I didn't, I've heard this before, but when I researched it and read it, I became more of a believer, because I used to always hear the people saying, the sun gives you energy, walking around barefooted on the ground gives you energy, and all this stuff has been researched, like for real, into detail. It's been researched and it's there, and but people don't. Well, I can't say people don't have the information. People don't want to know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to know to the last minute. But yeah.
And I wouldn't say that they don't want to know. I think it just doesn't make sense. Like, okay, so I consider that gravity is here for a reason. So it's supposed to be touching the ground. Oh, I know there's some kind of energy or connection with it. I think like when we think about certain things, we just don't have the full picture. Like if you think of even things like Africa, and they'd be like, well, they went over there, but they were desolate and all. You didn't come somewhere broke and struggling for resources. That don't even make sense. Like you had something I wanted, so you clearly weren't broke and all. And it's the same thing with this. We have to realize that the story that's been told or what we're doing has a way bigger picture. And although it's one angle to it, it's so much more included in it. And definitely when you think about infrared, the sun, the energy, how it affects our cells. Again, I feel like we're just a giant plant. It's that we don't have chlorophyll, we have blood and melanin in us instead.
Yeah.
Word.
Definitely does.
What I with the thought of the infrared touching our skin and everything like that, just in the cannabis industry, one of the things that to even get your plants to go into the blooming phase is increasing the infrared lighting.
Yeah.
And so if you don't increase the blooming phase, you're not going to actually allow the plant to really get to develop and grow those and bear those fruit. And just think about your own self being able to bear fruit, how much more knowledgeable you are, like, and we are, as we've been in the sun and everything. Like, literally, Erica, right now you're sitting outside, like, getting those rays on you right now, like,
right.
You know?
And the skin is skinning.
Bam. Still, you've been outside, clearly, like out in the gym. In the natural gym, you know. So that, like, just showing you is just proof, like, as to why you need to be outside, why you need to get the H3O2 in your body, and, like, multiply it by, like, drinking more water, like eating more fruits that has this in it. Like, it's literally still got a jar on that he hiding behind the thing. Can't nobody else get none.
Yeah.
But you can.
Yeah.
You know.
I say we just giant plants. We need sun. We all need rain or water. We all need energy. We even need wind, because the wind gives you resistance and builds up the plant. So we need obstacles and things that also weather us, because if not, guess what happens? The first challenge we hit, we fall over. But a plant that dies out, usually it's susceptible to disease and stress and all this stuff because it don't have the right nutrients. It's not in the right environment. Literally the same thing as us. Your foundation means everything. Your soil is everything. And that's where we are. And so we have to treat our bodies better and treat this world better, understanding that our bodies rely on this world.
Yeah, people sleep in the world, boy. Because it was like, if this thing gets so polluted that we can't live on it no more, I don't know what we're gonna do, because I ain't going to Mars. So, like, so I don't know.
It's probably gonna cost $10 billion to get over there anyway.
The herb of the day is a vegetable. I'm gonna do a vegetable for the herb of the day, watercress. It lowers your chances of getting cancer, improves your heart health, and gives you plenty of calcium.
All right. And the plant of the day will be brought to you by plantandheal.com and Gardening Under Influence, where you can find us on all social media platforms. And the plant of the day today is one you can find in your yard. It's episode, also known as Mexican tea. This one right here is a weed you cut down all the time, but it's good for ingesting parasites in your body, abdominal cramps, and flatulence. Definitely a great one to have. And you probably got in your backyard already.
Strain of the day is chocolate hashberry. It's a combination of chocolate kush and blackberry kush. Super flavorful. You're going to get a lot of that earthy along with that sweet from that blackberry. You should definitely find you some and get you some at your local dispensaries and smoke on you some today.
All right. Now, Big Steel, can you tell the people where to find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Big Steel, the Urban Gardener.
So Big Steel, tell us, you just had a publication release where you did an interview for Prosperity Magazine. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, yes. I did an interview on Prosperity Magazine about how I pretty much got into gardening and doing all the things that I'm doing now. So y'all go check that out when you get a chance.
Yes. And is that on your Grow What You Eat or Facebook page?
That will be on there tonight sometime.
All right. Awesome. And Tim, what's going on with you before we wrap up this night?
Cool. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Cardinal City Cultivation. That's Cardinal_City_Cultivation. Right now, what we're doing and working on is doing some patient caregiver services and some caregiver patient services, where our patients are helping our caregivers and our caregivers are helping our patients. They're growing out some great product and helping patients get the medication that they need. Also, we are in classes right now, teaching some heat and cooling classes at St. Louis Community College. You can find more information about that at stocc.edu/HVAC. You can find it in my bio. There's also we're getting ready and gearing up for the cannabis science conference that's out in Portland. And also, of course, in September, we're getting ready for the Melanated Growers Conference, September 15th through the 17th in Jacksonville. If you don't got your tickets, please get your tickets right now. Get your tickets right now. Also, vendors. We have vendor spots available as well. We'll be one of the vendors. We're gonna be having some merch. I don't know if you can see it on the thing. We're gonna have some merch, some hoodies, some hats, some bags, etc. So get ready. Yeah.
All right, and over here at plantandheal.com at our shop, we're opening up right now, setting up for agribusiness and doing you pick strawberries among other things, because at plantandheal.com we teach you how to grow with what you got, whether it's clay, a bag of soil, a pile of soil, cinder blocks, whatever. We're going to help you. And of course, our seeds and bare roots are still on sale. Plantandheal.com. You can also shop us on Etsy. We want to thank you for tuning in and listening to us. We can't wait to see you beautiful faces at the Melanated Growers Conference in Jacksonville, Florida, University of North Florida. You can look up more information for that at melanatedgrowers.com. And it's been a pleasure. Y'all have a great day.
Got my hands in this rich black soil, breaking ground for a kingdom that's royal. Be fruitful and multiply, that's word. I'm in the garden just minding my herbs. Elder said that we reap what we sow. Planting heirloom seeds, watch them grow. Enough talk, we taking action like birds. Be the family, hope you mind your herb. There's no business like grow business, oh no. Just mind your herb.